Hi everyone, happy 2024. This is my first video of the new year, and I know that a lot of you are starting to invest this year, so congratulations, you've come to the right channel. I started investing when I was 19 years old. I'm now 25, and investing has really helped me fast track my savings, so I was able to pay off all of my debts. Please note that I didn't say investing helped me get rich overnight. Investing is by no means a get-rich-quick method. It only helps you fast-track your savings. So what I really want you to understand is that you need to have savings, or you need to be able to save to grow that money. I tried to make investing as easy as possible because I know what it was like to peck the internet for information and still understand nothing. So here are 3 ETFs that I think you should look into if you were a beginner investor. I'm going to look at what these 3 ETFs hold, how they're beneficial to you, and what fees come along with holding these ETFs. An ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund, which is essentially just a basket of stocks all in one. Also, I shouldn't need to tell you this, but always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not an expert. Let's get into it. First ETF is XEQT. That is the iShares Core Equity ETF portfolio. So this is what it says on their website. Why XEQT? 1. A simple and effective way to gain exposure to a portfolio of ETFs that is broadly diverse across regions in one convenient package. What this means is that if you buy this ETF, you're buying the whole stock market. The US stock market, the Canadian stock market, Europe, Asia, and Australia. You never want to put all your eggs in one basket, and I guess if you invested in only one country, that would be considered putting all your eggs in one basket as well. That's the reason why I think this ETF is great for beginner investors, because you don't want to pick and choose which stock to buy. You can just buy all of them. Number 2, continuously monitored and automatically rebalanced as needed in order to maintain asset class target weights. So they're saying that this ETF is continuously monitored, which is great, and automatically rebalanced, which means, in the simplest terms, they sell the stocks that have gone up in value and they reinvest that money back into the stocks that have gone down in value. That is the principle of investing. You sell high and buy low. Buy low, sell high. Number 3, a low-cost structure that allows investors to keep more of what they earn. Management fee of 0.18%, which is way better than mutual funds. So for every $100 that you have in this ETF, you're paying 18 cents a year. This includes all underlying ETF management fees. So XEQT has 4 underlying ETFs, which means that this basket of stocks has 4 baskets of stocks in it, which is super diversified. Let's get into what these 4 underlying ETFs are. The first one is ITOT. This is the iShares Core S&P Total US Market ETF. So you have exposure to the total US stock market, from the smallest and the largest companies. Why choose which US stock to buy when you can just buy all of them? So this ETF takes up 40% of XEQT. Second ETF is XEF, which holds over 1,500 stocks from Europe, Asia, and Australia. So with this ETF, you get international diversification. And this ETF is about 24% of XEQT. Third ETF is XIC, and this ETF holds the entire Canadian stock market. Again, this ETF takes up about a quarter of XEQT. Fourth ETF that XEQT holds is XEC. So this ETF holds 1,500 stocks from emerging markets from around the world. Emerging markets just mean stocks in countries that have huge potential growth. So stocks like Tencent, Alibaba, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. Some may think that emerging markets are too risky because they're not fully established yet, but this is only 4.76% of XEQT. So to summarize, when you buy XEQT, you're getting full exposure to the US market, Canadian market, Europe, Asia, Australia, and some emerging market stocks as well. Super beginner friendly, super diversified, and it's a really popular ETF as well. In the past year, it's up 13%. Second ETF you should look into is the Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF. Ticker is VFV. This is the ETF that I currently own, and I buy this ETF every month. And this is also the most popular ETF in Canada. It holds the top 500 companies in the US. The US version of this ETF is VOO. The reason why I don't buy VOO is the conversion fees. from switching my Canadian dollars to US dollars. Too expensive. Let's look at the overview. Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF seeks to track the performance of a broad US equity index that measures the investment returns of large cap. It invests directly or indirectly primarily in US stocks of US companies. Fun fact, VFV actually just buys shares of VOO. So in comparison to XEQT has total US stock market, Canadian market, Asia, Europe, etc., and emerging markets. But VFV is focused on the top 500 companies in the US. So if you are bullish on the US economy, I guess you can niche down and just invest in the top 500 companies in the US. The MER fee for VFV is 0.09%, which is peanuts, again, compared to mutual funds. Okay, next ETF is CDZ. This is the iShares S&P TSX Canadian Dividend Aristocrats Index ETF. What this ETF holds says it in the name, Canadian Dividend Aristocrats. So dividends are what a company pays you just for buying and holding their stock. For example, I think the company Enbridge pays you 89 cents for every share that you own. Canadian Dividend Aristocrats are companies that have been paying and growing their dividends for 5 consecutive years. In the US, Dividend Aristocrats are companies that have been paying and growing their dividends for more than 25 consecutive years. I believe that companies that have been paying and growing their dividends obviously has a more established company, and since they're paying dividends and maintaining their dividends, they probably make good enough profits to pay their shareholders like you and me. The management expense ratio for this ETF is 0.66%. Let me know what you guys think of these 3 ETFs. I will list them down below if you want to do a deeper dive yourself. And you guys can see all the stocks I own and get live notifications on whenever I buy and sell stocks. I'll have that link down below as well. Also, make sure you like and subscribe for more financial content.